Cleopatra. The name echoes through time, synonymous with beauty, intrigue, and ultimate tragedy. But what if I told you there's more to this iconic queen than meets the eye? Today, let us peel back the layers of history and explore 5 of the most shocking secrets that will change everything you know about Cleopatra. But before we begin our journey into the heart of ancient Egypt, we ask you to join us in subscribing to our channel. Your support means the world to us and lets us bring more captivating historical tales to life. So hit that subscribe button and let's dive right in. Cleopatra, the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt, often evokes images of a luxurious Nile River cruise. But did you know her roots were firmly planted in Greece? Welcome to Fact 1 of our series. Cleopatra wasn't Egyptian. Yes, that's right. She was a descendant of Ptolemy, one of Alexander the Great's Greek generals. Her dynasty ruled Egypt for 300 years, and Cleopatra was the last of them. Now you might be wondering, how did a Greek dynasty rule over Egypt? Well, after Alexander the Great's death, his empire was divided among his generals, and Ptolemy I took control of Egypt. Over the next 3 centuries, the Ptolemies intermarried with other Mediterranean elites, eventually establishing a Greek kingdom in Egypt. Although Cleopatra's ancestors weren't Egyptian, she did make efforts to connect with her subjects. She learned their language and customs, even though her primary language was Greek, and she used Egyptian symbols in her art and propaganda. For example, in her famous statue at the British Museum, she's wearing traditional Egyptian dress and jewelry and has the Egyptian cobra headdress. Cleopatra is often portrayed as a femme fatale, a temptress whose beauty was her most potent weapon. But while her looks definitely played a role in her rise to power, her intelligence and charm were equally important. In fact, Roman historians like Plutarch described Cleopatra's voice as enchanting and honeyed. And according to legend, she once outsmarted Julius Caesar, proving that she wasn't just a pretty face. Fact 2. Her voice was as enchanting as her looks, and she wasn't afraid to use her intellect as a weapon. Now, when you think of Cleopatra, you might picture a queen draped in gold ruling over a prosperous Egypt, but the truth is, the Egyptian economy was in sharp decline during her reign. In fact, taxes were high, trade was disrupted, and the treasury was nearly empty. Despite these challenges, Cleopatra managed to portray an image of wealth and grandeur. How did she do it? Through careful management of her resources and a knack for publicity. She lavished gold on visiting dignitaries, hosted lavish parties, and commissioned expensive building projects. These tactics, however, were more about appearances than substance. So while Cleopatra might have appeared to be a wealthy queen, the reality was far less glamorous. Cleopatra's story is deeply intertwined with her famous lovers, Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. In fact, the tale of their passionate affair is a staple of romance novels and Hollywood films. But what was life really like for Cleopatra's children? Sadly, not so rosy. You see, Cleopatra had 2 children with Julius Caesar, Caesarion, and Cleopatra Selene, but neither of them had a chance to enjoy a peaceful life. Caesarion was killed along with his grandfather, Julius Caesar, when Octavian, later known as Augustus, seized power. As for Cleopatra Selene, her fate was no less tragic. She died young, possibly in her late teens, possibly from a snake bite. Just like her mother, Cleopatra, this tragic fate might have been part of a plot by her own father, Mark Antony, to eliminate potential rivals for Cleopatra's hand in marriage. Cleopatra is often remembered as a tragic figure, a victim of circumstance whose untimely demise marked the end of an era. But did you know that she might have had a hand in writing her own story? That's right. According to historical accounts, Cleopatra was well educated and fluent in several languages, including Egyptian. But what makes her stand out was her interest in science and mathematics. She was particularly interested in chemistry and reportedly wrote several books on the subject. But Cleopatra wasn't just a scholar, she was also a shrewd politician and diplomat. In fact, she was the first queen of Egypt to visit Rome, where she successfully negotiated a peace treaty with the Roman Senate. It seems Cleopatra was anything but ordinary. Alright, true fans of Cleopatra know there's always room for more secrets. So, we've got a bonus fact for you. Ready? Here it is. Cleopatra's actual appearance is unknown, since no surviving portraits are confirmed to be authentic. Most of the famous depictions of her come from artists' interpretations centuries after her death. This means the iconic image of Cleopatra that we all know may be more myth than reality. Cleopatra's death is one of the most debated events in history. According to popular legend, she died by allowing an Egyptian cobra to bite her rather than being captured by Octavian's forces, but there's a twist. Historians believe that she may have actually chosen a much faster and more efficient end, possibly by a fast-acting poison, to ensure her death as a queen of honor, not as a captive. What do you think? Does the idea of a poisonous demise fit the enigmatic Cleopatra better than a simple snake bite? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We hope you've enjoyed this journey through the enigmatic life of Cleopatra. Which fact surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with those who can't get enough of Cleopatra. We've got plenty more videos coming your way. So stay tuned and keep exploring with us. Until next time, stay curious.